Hey everybody, Master Toby Milroy here again, Executive Vice President for AMS and Atlas Martial Arts Software. Thanks so much for joining us for a quick walkthrough today for our Martial Arts Business Academy, new tools for our school operators, for our clients. As you know, each cycle, each month, we provide a whole litany of marketing, operations, instruction, and more tools, after-school tools, for all of our clients, completely free, part of your Atlas Martial Arts Software subscription or part of your AMS billing platform subscription, right? So we're really happy to be able to help school operators save a lot of time, right? You know, not only do we help generate a lot of leads and prospective students and help martial arts school operators convert more leads into students, one of the really valuable benefits that we provide is saving a lot of time, right? Your time is the most valuable, the most irreplaceable asset in the universe, right? And the thing, when I look back at my own story, my own path through the martial arts industry, operating martial arts schools, multi-schools, was the only way I was able to scale to location 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, was because I was able to systematize, automate, and outsource a lot of the daily mundane activities, right? Instead of having a staff member on site or having to manually deal with all this stuff, it freed up my ability to focus on what was most important, on growing the business, right? So we're very proud and happy to be able to provide not just the services that we provide, like full service billing and software and automation platforms and things like that, but also a lot of the tools done for you that you're going to need, that you want to use in your martial arts school, right? So we're going to walk through that today for our September run, which is October, in many cases October campaigns. We try to keep you a couple of months ahead so you have plenty of time to prepare and plan and execute. So this is sort of an outline of our AMS news program. Remember, we have two programs, two sort of separate categories. One is AMS News. This is for any martial arts school operator. And the second is AMS Kids, designed for the after-school program. So school operators who execute the after-school program in their martial arts schools. So let's talk about our tools for this cycle, for this month. Number one, the AMS News newsletter. This is the new version of AMS News. We have a nice story on here of a martial arts school client of ours who really actually tripled his enrollment, right? And this is he sort of walks through the steps that he took in order to do that, and the tools that he used, and how he deployed those tools in his marketplace to help grow his location. In the AMS News newsletter is basically the instruction guide for staff members, for you, the school operator, and there's some really useful elements in there for staff as well. So this is sort of like the school owner magazine of the month, right? And this will walk you through how to use all the tools that we've provided for you, all the ad campaigns and things like that. Also, some step-by-step guides on executing the character enrichment program that we provide for you, executing and operating there's philosophy elements in here that you can use in your classrooms, and there's also always some teaching strategies as well, right? So, for example, these are the philosophy units for the month that you can use as your character enrichment program in your school, right? So AMS News, the new newsletter, is here. Number next is MA Times. As we've described many times before, one of the most important components of student retention is high quality communication systems, right? And the MA Times newsletter, we provide this both in print, as you can print it out, and divide it up into 4 emails, so you can send weekly emails. This reinforces all the character education lessons that you've got that your staff is learning and learning to execute in class, and also reinforces the philosophy elements and some event calendars and things like this that you should be sending to your students on a regular basis. Again, remember, it's critically important to communicate with students at a very high level, a very high quality, and very high frequency, because it is true that they kind of forget why they enrolled originally, right? They forget that they're actually getting the benefits. They forget that all of these things need to be reinforced, and this is a great way to deliver that content. By many means. I would print these out, hand them to all the students directly, send all the emails. What I like to do is print all of them for all the students, put address labels on them for every student, And then any newsletters that I haven't handed to the correct students, any newsletters that I have left after about a week or so, I know they haven't been to class that week and they haven't gotten the newsletter yet. So we give them a call. We make sure it gets delivered to them, right? Okay, so that was number one. Next is we always also provide in our AMS news program at least one campaign for kids, one campaign for adults, and usually some bonus campaigns, right? So for this cycle, this is actually a really, really useful campaign. This is the Achieve and Receive campaign. This is in part helping you focus on the local public and private elementary schools in your area, working with them with academic rewards, academic recognition, and creating relationships with those school districts, right? So this is a really useful campaign. Take a look at this. Understand the concept, read the guide. There's an entire guide here. We provide letters, emails, content, and copy that you can send to the guidance counselors, the principals, the elementary school teachers, etc., to help you build those relationships. We're going to come back to this concept in just a minute here, okay? Next is our first adult campaign. This adult campaign focuses on now that the kids are back to school, it's time to invest in you, right? Now that you've had the summertime to, maybe relax and maybe indulge in more food than maybe you should have, right? Now it's time to get back to school, get back on schedule, and invest in yourself, right? So this is an adult campaign focused on the fitness messaging and on messaging about putting yourself as a priority in your life, right? So something that parents, often struggle with, right? So this is a really interesting campaign. Again, we provide all sorts of tools here, Facebook campaigns, Facebook ads, Facebook posts, posters, flyers, little half-page, flyer thingies, little gifts, all sorts of these elements, right, that we provide for you in that campaign as well. We're doing a Kick Breast Cancer for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. There are many different ways you can deploy this. Our initial sort of proposal here is you do some sort of like a kickathon or a walkathon or something like this as a fundraiser for Susan G. Komen. Some schools would rather do more of a referral activity or something like that. But we find these types of community outreach activities very, very useful for getting our name into the community, building community relationships, but also leveraging them as referral activities. So what if they get a bonus when they walk with a friend, or they break boards with a friend, or they have something like this, right? So this is a very useful campaign for you. All the instructions and everything is included in the AMS News newsletter as well on how to execute that, right? As a bonus campaign, we also provide this lead the pack this school year campaign. This is sort of focused on our leadership program for teens, but the messaging and the headlines and the copy and the messaging and all the pieces can easily be used for just general martial arts marketing, right? Especially in the kids market. So this is about sort of like, there's leaders, followers, and everybody else, right? So this is sort of the concept here, okay? So kind of focusing on those leadership messages. We've also have 2 bonus campaigns for our after-school martial arts programs. As we know, schools who are executing the after-school program, now is a very hot time, a very high time for them. So we have 2 new campaigns for brochures and emails to help you promote your after-school programs right now as that time gets closer. And this is in the general campaign, right? Now, also, we're going to loop back to working with public and private elementary schools. I wish I would have vetted this first. But if you go to your MaBiz Academy, so let's see if this works actually. If we go here, that's not going to work. It's not showing my screen. If you go to MaBiz Academy, okay, I think I actually might be able to do this quickly here if I oh geez. Let's see, 2 speakers with PowerPoint. This. Okay, give me 10 seconds here. I want 1 speaker with... Okay, fine. This is going to take me a second here. Okay, here it is. If you go to your MaBiz Academy, if you log into Atlas Martial Software, screen large, screen main, I had just switched. We were on to a different. This one. Yes. Okay. I'm sorry. If you go into Atlas Martial Arts Software, sorry for the disruption. I'm having all sorts of technical issues. If you go into your Atlas Martial Arts Software application and you click the MaBiz Academy button here at the top or the MaBiz Academy navigation item over here on the left, you're taken to the MaBiz Academy, right? We provide, obviously in MaBiz Academy, a huge library of tools for every season of the year, every campaign that we're doing for each cycle. Also a lot of evergreen campaigns like tournaments and ninja nights and things like this. Also seasonal promotions, also social media promotions. I mean, you name it. But also kind of keep an eye on this little bonus section over here. We have a little bonus item for this cycle called Back to School, the Back to School Masterclass. And this is an in-depth kind of course, I guess. It's about, I don't know, three something hours of content or something like that on how to penetrate the local elementary school system, both public and private, with numerous strategies on how to make that work, and then numerous strategies on how to leverage that opportunity once you get it. Okay? So this is, like, in my view, essential required coursework for any martial arts school operator this time of the year. Okay, so now's the time to execute these things. So take a look at that. I think that you'll appreciate that, and I think you'll get a lot of value from that. Okay, so next. Now let's look at our AMS Kids program. This is again the after school program. So these are for school operators who are executing the AMS Kids after school program. And number one, we have the AMS Kids News magazine. This walks through all of the management, marketing, and instruction elements for the month, right? So from, where are my class plans here? I don't have my stack of class plans here. You're going to have to play along with me. This includes how to execute the program that month, the lessons, the character lessons of the month, the unit that we're talking about, the sort of theme and topic that we're talking about for that month, but also specific back-to-school checklists and things like that you want to be executing for your program, getting kids kind of back into the program, so to speak, but also step-by-step, minute-by-minute teacher's guides, right? Where literally every day, every class of every day, not just the class, but all the after-school program hours, every day are sort of scripted and outlined for you, right? So exactly the exercises to do, the drills to do in class, things like this that all kind of reinforce our topic of the month, or of the week and of the month, but also how to execute quiet time activities, the stories of the month, et cetera, right? So these are all elements that are kind of built out for you, right? And what we like to do is print these off on like a Friday, have the staff review them all over the weekend, and then on Monday morning meeting, we role play those lessons, make sure that everybody understands how the classes are going to be executed that week, and it really saves a lot of time and effort on planning and executing. And then obviously you can riff on those classes. You can improve them. You can, here's what I have for my instructor's guides. I guess I don't have the full version. I just have them here. So these are the instructor's guides, again, for each week of the cycle, for each week of that October month, right? So that is that. Again, to help facilitate the quiet time activities and things like that, we also have the worksheet packages. So in here you'll have worksheet elements for every day, right, that you're going to have the after-school program, so that students have sort of like on-mission tasks that they can do, right? So word finds and coloring pages and things like this to really help kind of reinforce the lesson of the month and the lesson of the week in a kind of a fun way, right? So very cool. We use those for rewards. We give them a little star, a little high-five award and things like that when they finish them, right? Next is the Emoji Ween promotion for Halloween, which is actually pretty cute. This is sort of a combination of a parents' night out and other social media activities to help stimulate referrals in your school. And again, we provide all the tools for you, from flyers to Facebook posts to stories to, coupon, you name it, right? It's really kind of a cute campaign. Kids get a kick out of it, right? So really kind of a cute campaign there. And then also finally for today, our Leaders Edge leadership program. So again, this is the teens leadership program. This system is designed to help you retain the teen students for longer, right? And sort of get them to bridge into the adult world and adult classes. We all know that, when kids are 16, 17, and they get the driver's license and things like this, it becomes very difficult to retain them, right? So we provide the Leaders Edge program specifically for that part of the teens market, where they start sort of taking on higher leadership roles at the school. They're learning higher level leadership lessons. Each week we have a specific leadership lesson that they're working on, and then they're working on executing that lesson in classes, right? They become sort of like assistant instructors, to whatever degree you feel that that's appropriate. And then we're sort of, just like we all do as expert martial arts instructors, give them very specific goals. This week, this is the goal, right? These are the leadership skills that we want you to be developing and focusing on this week. And then we kind of grade them on that as the week goes on, right? We watch them, we observe, we give them feedback on how they're executing that leadership lesson of the week, right? So that is that for this cycle MaBiz Academy content. Let me look here one more time. One speaker. Why is this so difficult? Yeah, there. Do yourself a favor in MaBiz Academy. Take a moment to look around, right? There are so many tools and resources here for you. It's almost to the overwhelm point, right? But certainly be familiar on this homepage is where all of the current cycle stuff is, right? So these are all the things that are appropriate to this season, this month, so to speak. So September, October, basically, right? These are all the elements that are appropriate to that. But don't miss, if you go to the marketing section, these anytime campaigns, or the seasonal promotions, or the social media promotions, or the enrollment card assets that are available for you. Or let's say just in general children's ads, right? So if I look at the anytime promotions, you'll see that there are literally hundreds, likely thousands of pieces that are available here for you, for anything that you might, any marketing promotions that you may want to execute that might not fall into a regular, monthly cycle, right? Maybe it's not related specifically to October, although we should really be focused on Halloween and things like that. But maybe you're having a tournament this month or something, or you want to execute a parents' night out of some type. I'm telling you, you got to check this out. Like, just on this page, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Just on this one page, there's 4 different parents' night out promotion concepts, right? One is a Nerf dart battle. One is fun and learning. I'm not sure what that one. I can't immediately tell what that is, but you get the idea, right? So they're literally, I can't tell you how many pieces available for you here, right? So check out those other sections. For the seasonal promotions, you really need to take a look at this. We have a giant asset base here for the Halloween season, right? We all know that the trick or treat, the trunk or treats, the Halloween guest passes, working with pumpkin patch vendors, all of these elements are huge pieces of marketing your martial arts school, and we provide all these tools for you right here, right? So go to the seasonal section. There's, I can't tell you how many, but let's see, 6 times 3, 6, 9, 10, 60 plus whatever, how many pieces are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know, a lot, right? So there's literally hundreds of pieces available for this season, right? So go check that out. For example, the pumpkin patch promotion is just a concept that we use for pumpkin patches, but this is about working with local business operators that have a huge spike in traffic on a given month, week, or year, right, or month or week. So right now they're going to be, especially in as October approaches, all sorts of Halloween type places, costume shops, pumpkin patches, things like this, that have a huge influx of customers over those few weeks. So we find ways to work with them, right? And that concept helps you understand like how we execute that and the best ways to leverage those things, right? So anyway, again, football season is back in. So we'll do like a football parents' night out, so the parents can go out and watch the football game and this type of thing, right? So this is a giant asset for our clients. And I'm just really proud of all the time and energy that we save everybody. Building HTML emails and writing copy and building, it's insane, right? So please take a look at all that stuff. I think you're really going to appreciate it. I think you're really going to like it. Okay. So thanks everybody. Let me know if you need anything. We'll speak again really soon. Let's go create an amazing fall season for our martial arts industry. Speak soon, guys. Thanks.